Got a bit of a heartbreaking email for you guys tonight, so I'm going to do my best to help this individual out. Let's get into it. Hey Chris, so this is a personal message and I feel awkward even typing it or saying it, but I need to speak out about it. I don't know you'll even read it or do a video on it, but I'm trying anyway. I'm in love with my best friend, and I recently told them that I had feelings for them. However, I'm sitting here crying because they don't feel the same way about me. I feel I may have ruined the relationship by speaking my truth, but my heart hurts, especially today because it's Valentine's Day, and I just want to be with them and I just want to love them. What should I do? Anonymous. Okay, well, Anonymous, first of all, thank you for having the courage to write into me. Thank you for following me and subscribing. I'm going to do my best to help you with this. So, first of all, I'm sorry that you're hurting. It sucks. I hate hearing that people are hurting or are in pain in any way, shape, or form. I wish I was there to be able to give you a big hug and tell you it's going to be okay, because I know that pain all too well, in fact. Now, Anonymous, you didn't give me a whole lot of details to work with here, but I'm going to do my best to help you, all right? To let you know that I care. So, you took a risk, and I applaud you for having the courage to be able to do that, because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It takes an immense amount of courage to step forward and speak your truth and to be open and be vulnerable and reveal who you really are and what you really feel. But you were honest, and that's what's most important, okay? You did the right thing, and you know, the right thing is always the right thing. It's always the right thing, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it, and it doesn't end up the way that you want it to, you know? And at times it may hurt, but you're never wrong for doing the right thing. So you gotta know that, all right? You know, you see, honor is one of my most favorite words, and it's one of the most admirable qualities that a human can possess. Just like honesty, most people think that honor is about doing the right thing, but honor is in fact putting up with the consequences of doing the right thing. You have an immense amount of honor in you, and you came clean to your friend. It's always better to be honest and upfront instead of having ulterior motives. Because can you really call them your best friend if you're hiding something so huge from them? I find that disrespectful, and I find that dishonest. So, in a way, while you're hurting right now, you did one of the best things ever, because it shows how much you care, not only about yourself, but also about them, too, as opposed to lying to their face, like I said, with an ulterior motive. Now, you were honorable, you were upfront, you were honest, and you did what was in your control. That's great, and I applaud you. This is the part that won't feel good because it's the straight truth, okay? This best friend of yours may have never seen you in that way before. They may not feel the same way that you feel. They maybe have never even considered you in that fashion, right? So it may grow into something, or it may not. I don't want to give you false hope, all right? But both scenarios are possible. It might grow into something, it might not. Regardless, you are hurting so much right now because you were let down. You had an expectation of a specific result that you wanted, and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. Your heart and your ego are probably really heavy, really bruised, and I get that. I understand that. But if you truly love them, like if you really, really, really love them, you got to give them space. You got to give them the space that they need. You got to let it marinate, and you have to leave the ball in their court, you know? Respect their wishes, whatever it may be, even if it's against what you want. Very hard to do, I know. They may want to speak about it, they might not want to speak to you ever again. You know, I mean, I'm going to be frank with you, like, you know, it can go either way, and I want you to be prepared for that. But if you love them, if you really, really, truly love them, it's not about satisfying your own ego and your own wants. If you love them, you can love them from afar. You can send them love, and you can allow them to live their lives. You know? Now, you might not like hearing that, but that's what true love is. Ultimately, you want that person to be happy, even if that means if it's not with you. You know? I know it's not what you want to do, but it's what you got to do. You got to trust me on this, you know? If you truly love them, you'll allow them to live their life, and you want nothing but absolute happiness for them. I know it sucks, but that's the truth. I also want to say this as well, too, that this is not all that life has to offer. I mean, everybody is always searching for the one, and they want to be in love, and society is like, oh, why are you single? Well, you should be in a relationship, as if a relationship dictates a person's worthiness, you know. And don't get me wrong, relationships are wonderful, and having someone to share this experience called life with is absolutely amazing. But there's an unintentional expectation there put on that person, you know, for them to make you happy, for them to fulfill you, of like, oh, I need this person in order to be happy. And that's just not true. It isn't. There's so many other things to be happy about, right? Now, I want you to focus on you and not them. And I know it's difficult, you know, because it's fresh and it's real and it's raw and it just happened. I'll get to that in a second. But you have to learn how to be happy with you and on your own, and then you will become a better partner. Does that make sense? So, this is what you will not do, okay? You're not going to hound them. You're not going to call them up like crazy. You will not bash yourself. You will not put yourself down, okay? And also, this is the most important thing. You will not create some story within your head to fill in the blanks. Don't do that, okay? When you do that, like, I mean, like when you create these stories, I get it because I've done it before. You create these stories and then you jump to these conclusions that you're not good enough, or you're not good looking enough, or you're not worthy enough, or what have you. And then it winds up you just hurting yourself and harming yourself with this negative talk. And we don't want that. So do not do that. What you will do instead, okay? Like I said, I know it hurts right now. Cry it out. Feel it. It's going to suck for a good long while, okay? But you have to do your best. You have to make an effort to get off of this topic. You know what I mean? You have to get off of them. You know? I want you to find the other passions that you have in life and indulge yourself in those. And make that your job, because your happiness is your job. And it should not be dictated by anything outside of you. Now I get it. I know it's easier said than done. But that is the focus, and that is where your effort needs to go. How are you going to do that? I want you to get a gratitude journal. I've mentioned this before. Get a gratitude journal. Write down at least 5 things every single morning that you are grateful for, unrelated to romance and unrelated to them. Okay? Something else. If it's your family, your dog, the fact that you have ears to hear what I'm saying right now, the fact that you have legs, write down what you're grateful for and why you're grateful for it. Okay? That's going to heal you. That's going to help you, and you need to stick to that every single day for at least a month. So, I want you to know that you're not alone. Okay? So many people have gone through this. So many people endure this. So many people experience it. And I felt it too. Yeah, I felt it as well. And it sucks. But it will pass. The pain that you feel right now will diminish. And you'll find yourself again. You'll find that positivity again. You know? So, I hope this helps. I want you to keep emailing me. I realize you didn't want me to say your name because you signed it as anonymous. You didn't tell me where you're from. But keep emailing me, and I'm going to do my best to help you as much as I can. All right? I love you, and I love all of you that are watching and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And as always, even though some days, like today, it's harder than others, we always have to continue hustling for happiness. I love you guys. Good night.